hop on and absolutely not. That's not where we land. And talk a little bit about an event that I had yesterday. It wasn't a full presentation, but it was, Tilly was there, and I wanted to talk about before the event started while I do just a little flight training. Oh. And the main thing is she got to do a really big flight, and I want to remember that because it was something that was kind of a big deal to me. So basically we were at a public school gymnasium, and they were doing a health fair, like a back to school drive type thing. Good job. And these, there were so many people there, but before I got there almost 2 hours early for setup and everything, so there weren't very many people yet. And yeah, good weight. Remember to reward on the perch sometimes. And I got to take Tilly out of her backpack, and I walked around and met some of the vendors that were also there early. So there's people from a dog rescue, and there's people from different hospitals and stuff, and it's just, they have a lot of fun. So I go around and I'm just walking around with Tilly. And I saw there was a bunch, it's a gymnasium, there's a ton of open space, and I really wanted to fly Tilly. So I got permission for her to do just a flight, because there was no visitors. No, not yet, not till I send you. Thank you, good job. And I'm trying to do pattern interruptions, so she's waiting for cues and stops predicting. And so I just bring her around, she gets to say hi to a bunch of people, they take her picture, I talk to them about our services, all the good stuff. Don't go over here, I want you there. No. She keeps landing on the cage, and I want her on this perch. Go, good job. And so I go around and I meet her. So I get permission to do a flight with her because I don't have a lot of space in this apartment, obviously, for her to do crazy flights. And I send her, right? So just a gymnasium. And all along the ceiling are rafters, so they're literally 1,000 perches she could land on the ceiling. But because I still had another hour and a half at this point until the event started, I was if she flies up there, there's time for her to come down before it's a whole thing. So I'm willing to risk it. And this girl, I've watched free flight videos, and that's out. This obviously wasn't outside, but lots of free flight videos are. And I'm that's super cool. I love that the birds get to do that. But after a 20-minute video, I'm kind of bored of watching birds fly around. I don't know if that makes sense. And so what really interests me is training concepts, not just watching a bird that's already trained to be awesome. And but when I saw my bird fly laps and jink and turn and practically do a loop-de-loop at one point, I can't prove it, but I'm it really looked like she went upside down. I don't think she did, but it looked like it for a second. And she was having a blast. And at any point, she could have landed on those rafters if she couldn't get down. And eventually, she gets a distance, and then she flies down to her mother. Pip, are you wanting to work as well? Whoever comes first gets it. Good job. And it was the coolest thing ever. And I'm not going to free fly her because she's so little and there's so many predators where I live. But oh my gosh, I want to do that every day. I want her to just have the opportunity to fly like that. She loved it. It was so neat. And then she was able to descend and come back, and it was wow. Probably because of the tight spaces of the apartment, she really knows how to twist and turn, and everyone watched her and was you are not instead of know it. And I remember hearing different people exclaiming, oh my gosh, she can fly. Because I'd been walking around with her and she stayed on me, and I think they all assumed she was clipped when really she's just well trained. And so for them to see her do these amazing, wait for it, thank you, these amazing flights where she's fully capable, I think was kind of they hadn't seen that in a bird before. Wait, it chose to stay with you? And I always get that question when I'm doing stuff with her. They're oh, is she clipped? And, oh no, she just wants to be with me. She's well trained. Please don't do this with your birds. I mean, do train them to that point, but don't just walk around PetSmart with them, or you know what I mean? Like, so it was really cool. And now I've got like the bug where I'm like, wait, where else can I fly her? But there's not really a place. And so at the Bird Tricks masterclass, I remember I was talking to Landon, who's the trainer there. And I'm so stupid and she's so smart. She would never say that, obviously, but I know. And I'm like, how do I practice new tricks in a new environment when I live in I don't have somewhere to practice? And she's like, well, you have these events just before or after the event. Have you like asked the host if you could like rehearse there? And I was like, Landon, you're a genius. She's so smart. I'm like, how did I not think of this? I think it's just because I don't want to inconvenience anybody. And so I'm like, I've been asking, and what I've actually started doing is asking, hey, could I come a different day of the performance incident? Because the birds get full, they're so little so fast that I don't want to do it before, and then by the end they're full, so they don't want to do it after. Can I come a different day? They're like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And people will just watch us practice, and they know it's gonna look sloppy because we're working on bad tricks, but people love the opportunity to see like, oh, how do you even train a bird? And they get to see it and they love it. And so it's like, I'm not even inconveniencing them like I thought I would. It's literally just like they get to see this. And at that event, because Tilly wasn't gonna be doing a performance, she was literally just in her like carrier. People were gonna like look at her and I could tell them about her services. Then like it was okay to do the flight beforehand, obviously. But like people were amazed. They were like, wow, look at the bird go. And watching her like literally just like jink around and be so cute. And so I'm like, be bold is kind of my message, is that like ask permission, but just be bold and be like, hey, do you want me to do this here? And they might. Like even if you live in an apartment complex, and this is something I probably need to do, but go to the apartment people, and if you have a clubhouse, apartments call them clubhouses, they're really just like sitting rooms by the office in my experience. Be like, hey, could I bring my bird and do some practice flights? And they might be like, no, or they might be like, that would be super cool. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go over, I really want you to do a turn. Okay, final flight, we're gonna do nearly on the floor. I'll move you guys down. You won't get to see her dive, but you'll get to see me catch her. Ready? Atta girl, you did get to see her dive. She climbed down. You cheater. Okay, let's go back in. I don't know what Pip's problem is. She was super motivated yesterday, but today I guess she's just not wanting to fly with her sister. Pip, I have Willis. Do you want to fly solo without your sister getting in the way? We can do that pretty easily. Okay, I'm gonna get out her perch. Let's go down to like the budgie eye view. I'm so bad at cinematography. Okay. Good. Oh, good job. Come on. She's not super precise of a lander when it comes to perches, so I'm very cautiously working on sending. She's actually a pretty strong flyer. Pip. Pip. Come on, Pippi. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. I don't want you over there. I want you on mom's hand. I want her to choose one of me instead of the cage. But but the cage is so reinforcing to her. She loves Tilly's aviary that I'm like, come on, Pip. That if I'm anywhere near the cage, she's gonna be like, well, I love my cage. I want Tilly's cage. Come on, Pip. Pip, Pip. Oh, good job. We're gonna end on that one. We're working on, oh, I was out of view. We're working on getting distance. And this video is merely 10 minutes long, but this is sort of like a video diary thing for me, so that I can actually remember things, because I forget so much stuff. So 10 minutes of me rambling is okay. Oh my gosh. Yep, you did so well.
Good job staying on mom. Good job, sweet princess. You wanna go up here? Good job. Back to the cage.
Well, I guess we'll end on that note.